Right, right out of the bat, I must say, this is going to be the first Failblog video that I will do any sort of editing, but it's, I think, important. Because I'm here to pick up the delivery that I'm going to be carrying across Europe. And I come to this hangar, and the trailer seems to be parked the wrong way around. Oh, we need to get into gear. So I'm going to go around and see if there's a way for me to get into this hangar from the other side somehow. Because if not, I have no idea what is going on here. Okay, this is clearly not where you pick it up from. Like, how do they expect me to... I guess we're doing this. I technically fit. Yeah, I do technically fit here, but yikes. I mean... This is an external contract, so I think this is spawned and generated randomly. So was this just the case that this just got spawned? I don't think I need to comment on this. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Integer and welcome to episode 3 of a restarted, revamped, maybe continuing Failblog. A series where I just talk about stuff that pertains to me. And me alone, because it's my channel. That was an interesting beginning. I have never seen gates like this open in this game before. So, you live and you learn. And we have a delivery of what seems to be, let's just park up here real quick. For a nice outside shot. Some railway vehicle parts. Let's have a quick look exactly what we're doing. Train axles, yes, from Seville in Spain to Klaipėda, which is a port town of Lithuania, country where I'm from. Very good job. Very well paid job. Highest price per distance. But we are driving literally across the continent. So this is going to be a multi-episode job, to say the very least. I may do some of this off-stream, so that, you know, I don't continue on the same job for the following 20 episodes of Failblog. But this time, you know, I thought I'd pick up the job, start going, and then start recording. Which was all going according to the plan up until the point where I thought the trailer had spawned inside the hangar wrong way around. Little did I know that obviously the front gate opened, or the back gate would open up. Ow, this tea is very hot. You know what I realized? I thought of a very good nickname for tea. It is a cup of British Joe, because it's tea. It's quite appropriate, and I'm quite happy about that. So, wow, look at this funky junction. We're literally doing just a 180 here. But anyways, welcome everyone. Suffice to say, we have survived the heatwave, or such as it was this time around. 2 days. It was around 38 yesterday. And it was definitely pushing 40, if not just above that, today. And my oh my, you wouldn't necessarily be able to say that, you know, just 2 degrees Celsius difference. It's not that much, but holy fuck, the actual difference was massive. It also was partly due to the fact that yesterday we had not had a day before with almost equally ridiculously high temperatures. So nothing really managed to cool off properly from yesterday. And the heat today was just piling up. The heat records were started being broken before noon. That's how ridiculous it was. But we survived. We had some rain. I didn't have as much as exactly where I live, but there was some more rain in the area. Even almost torrential rains. Or so I heard from my Discorders. What the flippin' Jeremy? Flippin' Jeremy! Am I going the right way? I am, yes. I guess we're going this way, yes. Flippin' Jeremy. Jeremy Clarkson? Sorry. Had a bit of a coughing fit. So yeah, it's... Fun fact, and I can admit this freely because I'm not on camera, I'm not wearing a t-shirt or any top for the past 36 hours. Actually, probably more. What is this car doing? Why is it stopping? That's weird. Yeah, that's not happened in a while. I'm usually a person who quite likes wearing shirts, t-shirts, and preferably long trousers. I don't really do shorts, but I've been wearing shorts, obviously, last couple of days as well. So, you know, a new experience for everyone. But anyway, I hope you all managed fine wherever you were. I think most of Europe actually suffered quite high temperatures, especially southern central, south, central / west, and like northwest Europe, that being the British Isles. I think I listed all of them. I think temperatures going further east were not that terrible. I don't think this is our exit. No, it isn't. It's the one after. This is the one. Quite tricky. Need to really watch the... I really need to watch that Google Maps. I think we are to have much milder weather tomorrow, probably even more rain, which checks out when it's been this hot for this long, like 2 days non-stop, blaring sun. It also doesn't surprise me that we are having rain tonight, potentially even more so going into tomorrow, so that'll be a nice nice relief, if you know what I mean. So, what's been going on? Well, I spent a reasonable amount of time recording footage for my YouTube channel so I can free up space and do some heavier editing for Fallout 76 series. I have another 3 episodes recorded for Company of Heroes, which really is gonna last me at least till the end of the next week. I may record more because I actually kind of got into the groove, having recorded about 4.5 hours of it in basically one sitting. I really caught the groove of the game, got the feel of it, and started, not that I didn't enjoy it before, but gotten to enjoy it even more so, and I really want to continue that. I know that there are 15 missions in the main campaign, which I'm playing through now. I am now done with mission 9, so we have 6 missions left, and I'd actually like to have them all recorded, say over this another 2 sessions, for instance, and then just slowly push out those videos, like at the rate of say 2 a week or 1 a week if I bring back Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, throw in a couple of Fallout 76 videos here and there, and you know, also I'm doing these Failblog videos and everything else. So that's going well. I managed to free up some time and space. I still need to do hardware review and benchmarks of that budget build I made. Honestly, last couple of days I kind of ran out a little bit of time on Sunday for it, and last couple of days it's been excruciating. I did not turn my PC, almost said CD. Who's turning on CDs here? What's going on? I did not turn on my PC yesterday during the day. I turned it on eventually at, oh my days, what is this little crash? We have a little crash? Yes, we do. Okay, we're switching lanes. Hello, sir. Please let me out. I'm going now. I turned it on last night. I watched a bit of Evil Deffy's stream. He's building a lovely Viper Mark II from Battlefield Galactica. And did some light gaming on the side, but it was still very hot. And today I just turned it on just 15 minutes ago, just before 10 p.m. And it's still actually, now that I have the doors closed to the outside and there's no draft, even though it's a little cooled down outside, it's still quite warm inside. Like during the day, I was actually able to maintain reasonable temperatures indoors. All windows, doors closed, curtains drawn. Had the swamp cooling system. I have a fan, and just put like bottles of iced water, like frozen water, or some other cooling packs that I have, just rotating them. And I have to tell you, the freezer has been working his butt off. That thing is basically like an oven on medium heat, generating that much heat. I mean, it's like really warm. I stood next to it in this evening, and I just realized, like, holy shit, this is where a lot of the heat coming from. When I walk past it, when I go to and from my study, I walk kind of past it, because the counter that it sits under is right there by the doorway. Yeah, that thing was struggling, I think, but it maintained things frozen. Froze things okay. Not struggled, but was working hard at the very least. So yeah. I didn't have much time to do the hardware recording slash benchmarking, maybe during the week. But I just realized as well that actually my birthday is coming up this weekend. It's already this weekend, 24th of July, this Sunday. I may not have that much time to stream on Sunday. I wanted to do a long birthday stream. Probably I'll keep that time slot that I have already, 5 p.m. onwards, British summertime. Because, you know, the actual day of the birth, we'll need to do things with my family, have like a call and whatnot. I'll probably take it easy in the morning a little bit as well. But Friday and Saturday will also be doing birthday streams, and I actually have some ideas as well. Now, one I kind of spoiled, I think, on stream. I might have mentioned it in the last Failblog episode, don't remember. The first idea was to play Pokemon, the original, maybe not the original, but the Game Boy Color version. But basically the first Pokemon with the first gen Poke faces. And we're gonna be playing that, I think, on Friday, probably starting maybe 12 p.m, midday that is, or 2 p.m, and do basically a full day of that. And that should be quite fun, because I realized I've tried playing Pokemon games in the past. The original ones. Or the remakes of it, which are obviously much modernized graphics and much smoother, much improved UI, but that kind of loses some of its charm, right? So I thought, you know what, I want to give it another go, and this time I feel like I might just get into it. And we'll play that for a reasonable amount of time on Friday. I really don't necessarily have any intentions of finishing the playthrough. Basically, I'll just try and go as far as I can, enjoy myself. If I really enjoy myself, don't get me wrong, I will continue playing it on stream. But again, I am not going by any stretch of imagination forcing myself to continue it. If I'm like, if I have fun because there's someone there watching, we're making fun times ourselves, like memeing and laughing at how bad I am at the game, which I'm fully expecting to be. That's all good and dandy, but I kind of need to feel like I like the game for what it is as well, because if it's just fun for the stream, then, there are other games that fill that slot quite successfully that I would be pushing aside if I continued playing it, because it's also not a very short game, I don't think, so it's not that it's realistic to finish it in like a few sittings. So that's the plan for Friday. Saturday I have another game that I'm thinking of. But because I already spoiled one of the ideas that I had for the birthday streams, I'm gonna keep this one secret, so you'll have to come on Saturday and wait and see. I'll probably announce the final stream times tomorrow, and I'll put them in the calendar on Twitch so you can see. But other streams, my regular streams, so Wednesday 7 p.m. BST and 5 p.m. Sunday BST, are already in the Twitch channel schedule section, recurring streams, and I'm trying to stick to them. I kind of was late last Sunday, so apologies. But yeah, that's essentially the events / plans for this week. Now, talking about other content, like I've said, when Jester's back from holidays next week, we'll probably resume recording for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yikes. Shredder's Revenge. That was very fun. And I was a bit sad that we didn't have any more footage recorded, but no one to blame but myself for that, really. And it's fine. Not that I'm struggling for footage or stuff to post on YouTube right now anyway. So that should be fun. More of that will come. And can this van overtake me faster, please? Because this guy with this logs is really dragging. Right, bear with me. I need to lubricate my throat with a sip of British Joe. I really tried to make that slurp as loud as possible. Hope it picked up. It got picked up. Jesus. I've been thinking about maybe other series, other things. I know Stray has released today, I believe, and that game already has overwhelmingly positive reviews, meaning that it actually was quite a polished experience from the get-go, which is always nice. That is always like very heartening, positively heartening. There's disheartening, and I'm just thinking of the antonym for it, and I can't think of it, which is quite funny. Excuse me. But yeah, probably gonna stop here for fuel. I have just over half tank. You know what? No, I think we're good to continue here. Yeah, we'll reset navigation. We'll stop for fuel here. But do I really want to? Another playthrough? I've also been having thoughts of doing Stalker Anomaly. Mod that game, because that game, which is technically itself a standalone mod for Stalker games, has plenty of mods in its own right that enhance, change, or otherwise adjust the gameplay experience, and obviously in many cases for the better, subjectively perhaps, but that's where you have an option to install them and don't if you don't want to. Keck. I also have Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I purchased, and I tried playing it a little bit, and I really quite enjoyed it. Although there was a lot of sounds in the most randomest of times, which is clearly a thing. I'm not sure if it's a conscious meme thing that they've done, or it's just a thing, but it's... the grunts are so present and so oftenly occurring. It's quite weird. But anyway, I was thinking of actually doing a playthrough of that series and recording it. Headlight usage? I guess I need a headlight. Sorry, Kappa. I was quite tempted to try and ram him, but, decided against it in the end. Wow, you know what's funny? I actually wasn't talking that much today. And the last 15 minutes or so of me talking basically non-stop really dried out my throat. So that's the thing. That's happening. Yeah. I'm not 100% decided on Final Fantasy VII. It would be kind of cool. But I was also maybe thinking... the other thing I was thinking is maybe do a heavier editing series for Final Fantasy VII, kind of like with Fallout 76. Which then means that I maybe could potentially leave Final Fantasy VII to come after I'm done with Fallout 76. And that also bridges me to the next point. It's like, okay, so Fallout 76 is like it's an online RPG, right? Not necessarily it's not an MMORPG, it's not massively multiplayer online, but it's multiplayer. You get individual sessions, or not individual, but sessions with certain limited amount of players, but it's purely online, right? Which means that the end game really is arbitrary. There may be an end to the main story, but that's about it. So I think I need to kind of set myself a goal how much I want to play through. I don't think it would be something like the actual player character level, like, oh, I reached level 30 and that's the end of it. Perhaps see if there are like a major storylines that get ramped up and completed, and then use that as a benchmark to where I want to, or not a benchmark, but a milestone to where I want to end the series. Because that really would help with the whole planning thing. I've really been thinking about, okay, doing playthroughs of games like Company of Heroes, campaign, RTS game, single player campaign. You know how many missions you're gonna have. It takes me roughly an hour. It's probably gonna take longer in the future as the missions get harder and more difficult, and just naturally longer as well. Maybe more so, but 15 missions in the main campaign. It's gonna be 20-25 hours, maybe up to 30 if I need to restart some of the later ones. So far I haven't had to restart a single mission in the first 9 ones that I played, which is quite nice, especially since I'm playing on hard, and sometimes I feel like I'm really grasping straws in terms of not losing to the AI. But so far so good. So yeah, let's say 25-30 hours, which means, 15 episodes worth of hour and a half, maybe some of the longer ones. Some of the final missions might even take me up to like 2 hours in length, something along those lines, and something I can plan for. Now with Fallout 76, if I'm just kind of playing for the sake of it, then I can have 30, 40, 50, 60 hours of game time and recorded footage, raw footage if I want to. But if I don't have an end goal set, where I'm gonna complete this and finish this, it's gonna make it that much harder. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with it, but because I only have finite amount of time doing this, obviously I have a full-time job and, you know, some other responsibilities. You know, if only they are personal interests, that, you know, doing stuff, playing stuff, watching stuff for my own sake, rather than purely for putting it as a playthrough or a video footage for YouTube. You know, my time is very much finite, and it really helps to have this plan out, especially because like I've said, I do have other games that I would like to make serious on. I was also thinking of dabbling again in reviews, but that again means that I kinda have to either do a format which perhaps would be similar to that of Total Biscuit's WTF is, where he plays a game from the beginning for a little bit. Maybe he has played a little bit of it, but then does a little bit of more of a introduction, more like what the fuck this is, rather than a full review of it, which means you don't have to play a lot of the game or even finish it to actually, and you know, you really just give first impressions. I'm actually got here pretty quick, so I'm gonna go until this fuel stop, because my fuel gauge still is almost exactly where it was, where I placed that marker the first time. So that's that, but again, do I really want to do something like that? Maybe. Maybe. I was thinking about it quite often, not always, but quite often I can tell if I will actually complete the game or even play lots of it by playing a couple hours, you know? So I think it's not a bad idea, and I always liked that format for Total Biscuit. That means that you don't necessarily have to dedicate as much time, you don't have to stress about completing the game, and you see a review of a completed game, chances are there will be some spoilers involved, deliberate or otherwise, or at least reveal much more of the game plot if it's a story or a plot-based game than you perhaps otherwise would want to. You know, perhaps I'm more interested to hear a very generalized opinion of the beginnings of a story, whether it's okay, meh, looks very promising, and more so, you know, technically how the game plays. How are the mechanics? Are they fleshed out? Are there problems to expect? Are there, you know, some wacky things going on that makes it very possible for you to cheese certain things? Is the difficulty seemingly, you know, linear, or it, you know, peaks and then dips, which, you know, in some cases might be good and decent, but in most cases potentially would be like, ooh, this is a bit weird, means perhaps that the game is not as optimized and well thought out and when planned out, perhaps even rushed to some degree, you know, as you would want it to be. So it has its own charm and perhaps appeal to me personally. Again, I will repeat myself, to know to also a reason, or also a reason for that is because that's how Total Biscuit used to do things. So yeah. Ugh. The tea is not really helping with the throat, I must say, which is, let's say, a little sad, but I'll survive. Especially as I'm kind of drawing closer toward the end of this video as well. So yeah, I think that really sums it up. As a result, as a summary, I'm not sure if I want to start another game, or if I do, maybe I do a different format. Again, more so like quick reviews or first opinions, rather than full-fledged. I complete the game and then try review it, and review the game in its fullest. I'm really sorry. Look, my sentences are starting and not really completing sometimes, and not really going anywhere sometimes. It's still warm, and yes, throat hurting just goes to show that it's been quite dry and I'm quite dehydrated. Although I've been drinking liquids like Batman, which implies that Batman drinks a lot of liquids, which is a questionable statement, to say the very least. So yeah, I think that's this episode. It's a wrap, I believe, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna continue a little bit off stream, off recording. I'll probably park this trailer in the fuel station that I marked. I'll refuel, and I'll save it, and we'll continue in the next video next week, next Failblog episode. And on that note, I would like to thank you very much for watching. I hope you're doing well. I hope, you know, didn't suffer from the heat too much. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you very soon in the next episode, or one of the other series that I'm doing, or Twitch. you know, that exists too. Link in the description below. Cough, cough. Yeah. Take care for now. And I'm about to crash.